Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk about books on travel. These are books about places that I would like to go to or learn about. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because although I don't really travel much, you could always fantasize about going somewhere. You could save up to go there one day. There's not a lot of places that I want to visit, but either way, still wanted to share. So getting into it, the first book isn't a travel book, but it is called The Atlas of Christmas. It is basically the merriest, tastiest, quirkiest holiday traditions from around the world. And I just love Christmas a lot. I love Christmas so much. So I think it's really cool that there's a book dedicated to learning about Christmas traditions from around the world, because how we celebrate Christmas in America differs from how people celebrate it in Canada, Britain, Sweden. I think it's so cool. For example, over in Sweden, as well as in some other countries too, people make Yule goats. I actually have a few Yule goats. I love Yule goats so much. Also, the whole story behind Krampus, I think it's so interesting. But moving on, I would love to have this book about Europe. Obviously Europe is a whole continent, so I think it would just be cool to have this book that's dedicated to the places in Europe. Because let's be real, we're not going to see most of the world ever. Because a lot of us don't travel around the world. A lot of us, I think, pretty much stay in the same place our whole lives. Or if we do move, it's not that far away. Everyone's life is different, though. And the closest we'll ever get to other places is through a book. So I think I would love to have this book because I could just, flip through the different places of the world that are in Europe. But anyway, would love to have this guide to Finland because it's about the culture and customs. I just think it's really, really cool. I would also love this book about France. I never was obsessed with going to France or Paris, at least, I think it's cool, but, I've always been more obsessed with going to places like Monte Carlo or Rome, Greece, London. Obviously, those are still really, really popular places to want to visit. But even though I'm not, obsessed with France, I would still love to, check it out. So, of course, I would also like to get this book about customs and culture of France. But anyway, I would really like this book about Great Britain. I have the culture book about Britain, and I really do like learning about Britain. I also like learning about the culture and customs there, the people that are there. I have books from authors who are British. I just think, it's so fascinating. I don't know what it is about Britain. I just always viewed it as, a second home. Obviously my ex is from there, so we were together for a long time, years, so I could feel like that because of them. But also I watch a lot of British TV, and I just would love to go to Britain. But moving on, this book about the Greek islands, as well as essential Greece, and the customs and culture of Greece, and Greece, Athens, and the mainland. As we know, I'm obsessed with Greek mythology. So it's really, really important to actually, I feel if I ever go there, I want to be very aware of what is in Greece, Athens, mainland, islands. I also want to be aware of the culture and customs because it's just respectful, I remember there was a show that came out. I never really got to watch it, but I watched a movie review about it. And this girl, she goes to, I think, France. I could be wrong. But she's really rude because she expects everyone to obey what she wants them to. And then she said something how, quote, "Why is no one talking American?" End quote. It's just rude because you can't expect other countries to act like your home country because every country is different. You know what I mean? Anyway, so moving on. Iceland, Essential Guide to Customs and Culture. I just love Icelandic horses, and I've seen vlogs of people go to Iceland for vacation, and it is just so pretty. I know that it's really, really cold sometimes, but it sounds amazing. I actually really enjoy the cold, so yeah. But anyway, Norway. I think that it would be so amazing to visit. So I have 2 books on this wish list about Norway and their customs and cultures, of course. But anyway, Paris. I'm not obsessed with Paris. I've never desperately wanted to visit Paris, but I do love their architecture. I think it's so stunning. I really, really do. So I would love to see that. But moving on, Italy. Rome, Italy. road trips to northern and central Italy. Yeah, would love to go there. It sounds amazing. It's just so fascinating, you know? As I've gotten older, I've realized that I do love Greek mythology more than Roman mythology. However, they kind of go hand in hand, so would love to do both. Would love to go both places. But moving on, Sweden, Essential Guide to Customs and Culture, as well as the book of traveling about Sweden. Yes, Sweden's very sentimental to me because I play a lot of video games from Sweden. So growing up, I said that I wanted to live in Sweden because all of my like favorite things came from Sweden. Like a lot of my favorite things come from Sweden or Britain. So I've always wanted to like visit Sweden. You know, I have friends who are from that area too. So I'm like, that's so cool that like I can maybe one day go there to hang out with them or maybe just go there to like visit because there is certain things there that I would just love to see in person. I don't know what it is. It's just that when I think of Sweden, it just reminds me of like a happier time because I play this game that like takes place in Sweden, and back in like the earlier years of my life, it was just so cool because it was like I was in Sweden virtually, and it's never the same as being there in person. I just love learning about people's countries and their culture and their traditions, and I guess like learning new things about people. I just think it's really fascinating because like a lot of my friends are all around the world. So I think it's so intriguing when they tell me about their life in Sweden or Norway or New Zealand or Australia. I think it's so, so cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!